Welcome to Business Tax Update for 2025, a highlight of the tax information for Wisconsin businesses. We'll provide important information about sales and use tax changes, electric vehicle chargers, My Tax Account updates, and business tax reminders. For detailed information on business tax topics, search our website for 2024 tax bulletins. Both Manitowoc County and Racine County have adopted a 0.5% sales and use tax rate. Manitowoc's is effective January 1st, 2025, and Racine's is effective April 1st, 2025. Effective January 1st, 2024, the existing Milwaukee County sales and use tax rate was increased from 0.5% to 0.9%. Also, effective on the same date, a new 2% City of Milwaukee sales and use tax was imposed. As a result, the tax rate for transactions in the City of Milwaukee in 2024 or after is 7.9%. This rate is comprised of Wisconsin state tax of 5%, Milwaukee County tax of 0.9%, and City of Milwaukee tax of 2%. For more information, see Wisconsin Act 12 or Department of Revenue Tax Bulletin 224. Charging the correct tax rate is the responsibility of the seller. We realize it gets complicated to know the correct tax rate when there are different rates for county and city. It's important for you to know the correct rate on your sales, especially on those that occur in border communities. To assist retailers in determining the correct rates for their sales, we've published a local sales tax rate lookup. Retailers and programmers also have the option of adding our database files to their programs. These tools allow you to determine the tax rates using specific street addresses or 9-digit zip codes. To help prevent mistakes while filing your sales and use tax return, My Tax Account will now prompt you for an explanation as to why county tax was not reported if the seller's permit lists the business as being in a county that has county tax. You'll also be prompted if City of Milwaukee tax was not reported if the seller's permit lists the business as being in the City of Milwaukee. Also, a quick reminder that the appropriate sales and use tax must be applied based on where the purchaser takes possession, regardless of where the seller is located. And remember, businesses engaged in the sale of lodging, food or beverage, or renting automobiles in municipalities in Milwaukee County will also need to collect the appropriate local exposition tax. We have frequently asked questions page about local exposition tax in our website. Wisconsin Act 149 created a sales and use tax exemption that applies to the sale or use of precious metal bullion. The act, which became effective in March 2024, has a specific definition of precious metal bullion. If you think this exemption might apply to you, search Wisconsin Act 149. Effective January 1st, 2024, Wisconsin Act 146 created a sales and use tax exemption for the sale or use of portable machinery used to crush material for roads or parking lots. If you think this exemption might apply to you, refer to Wisconsin Act 146. The state legislature has imposed a new 3-cent excise tax on the sale of electricity from electronic vehicle chargers. This doesn't apply to chargers located at residences. Act 121 also creates an exemption from sales and use tax for the sale of electricity from some charging stations. Most public vehicle chargers now require to be registered with the department prior to delivering electricity. Review Wisconsin Act 121 or Department of Revenue Publication 305 for details. My Tax Account is a free online portal for businesses to file and pay their taxes. We're constantly improving the My Tax Account process for Wisconsin businesses. Recent improvements include adding the ability to make various estimated payments to unregistered My Tax Account. Be sure to save the payment confirmation code in case you need to cancel a payment while it's still pending. Third-party preparers can now close business tax accounts for their clients within MTA. It is no longer necessary to contact Department of Revenue to close an account for a client. When you choose to create a printable voucher, you can now print it right from the confirmation page. Here are some helpful reminders for Wisconsin businesses. Be sure to file your Form WT-7 Annual Reconciliation of Wisconsin Income Tax Withheld and any corresponding W-2s and 1099s by the end of January. You must have all your WT-6 withholding reports filed before filing the WT-7. You are required to submit your W-2s or 1099s electronically if you have 10 or more of each form type. These forms are due to the Department of Revenue by January 31st. When filing W-2s or 1099s, it's important that the following information matches what the Department of Revenue has on file. Legal name of the business. This is listed on the business tax registration certificate. The 15-digit withholding account number without any spaces or dashes, and the 9-digit federal employer identification number associated with the business. If you do not submit your W-2s or 1099s electronically, or if you submit your W-2s or 1099s after January 31st, you may be assessed a $10 penalty for each W-2 or 1099. Failure to submit these forms correctly by the due date could delay your employee's or contractor's tax refund. Search for Publication 117 on our website for more information on wage statement filing. Try logging in to My Tax Account now to make sure you are able to log in. Do not wait until the due date, especially if you are an annual filer who only logs in once a year. My Tax Account webinars are offered periodically throughout the year. You can register for a webinar or view a recorded webinar by going to the training link at the bottom of the Department of Revenue homepage. There's also a series of helpful training videos listed in the resources section of the My Tax Account login screen. We encourage you to join our email lists. We send updates, deadlines, and information relevant to your business. Review the various lists by searching Subscribe on our website. That's it for this Business Tax Update. If you have any questions, feedback, or suggestions, search Contact on our website.